Hi guys, so Funko Fusion had a update a few hours ago, just after I'd finished playing my Jurassic World levels that I did this morning to do gameplay videos. So some of the changes that have happened are to bosses and things like that to make it simpler and the spawning of enemies. But I'll just go through quickly the update. It's they're calling it quality of life update number one. Harder, faster, better, stronger. So they're revamping certain gameplay systems and unlocking things faster. And one thing I did notice before I looked online to see what was in the update, I went into the game, and this is some of the gameplay in the background now. The When I played earlier on this morning, I unlocked the Umbrella Academy and that, and the He-Man Master of the Universe levels, and that was as far as I could go. I didn't have enough crowns to unlock anymore. But when I logged in and played today after the update, I noticed that I could go down and unlock all of the worlds, all the different franchises in there. So they've basically reduced the cost of each of the world unlocks with the crowns. And from the beginning of the game now, you can play any of the levels with any of the characters from any of the different franchises. So even the pre-order bonus characters and stuff like the Rick and Michonne, the Walking Dead characters, you can use them in any of the levels. Whereas I think before what you had to do was beat the levels or the worlds first, and then when you go back in, you could then maybe use the different characters or whatever. But now you can use them from the very beginning. So there's those kind of changes, but they've kind of changed quite a few bits and pieces throughout the game. Some of the visuals and things and little bugs that, like, where people were getting stuck in certain levels. I noticed that on a few of the levels that, like the Jurassic Park one, Jurassic World one, the where you had to save the dinosaurs and the raptors, and one of them got stuck on something, and I couldn't find it, and I had to go back through the level, and then found it, and it was kind of stuck between one of the NPC characters and I think a machine or something, but it was stuck in between, so I had to kind of like do something to get them to move. So there's that, and there's some little bugs there. I don't see anything in the patch notes about any of the little issues that I had with, like, the camera zooming in when you start fighting enemies. So you can't. It's a bit difficult to see enemies that are coming sort of behind you. You can only really see the ones coming from the front, and you can't see the ones behind and sort of to the sides of you, because the camera sort of zooms right in. That kind of issue. It was a couple of little issues that I had with the game. Oh, and like switching the items and then using the health sodas and stuff was a bit tricky, because you have to press up and then you have to hold square, and you have to cycle through the little items at the bottom, and it's just a bit of a nightmare to kind of do it. But looking at the patch notes, which I'll put in the description as well, I'll put a link there because it takes you to their Steam page. There's a lot there, basically. There's all kinds of gameplay adjustments, but a lot of the gameplay adjustments are just taking out the annoyance of the enemy spawning too much or becoming frustrating, and a few, like, I think little items or something that they've kind of like moved around a little bit. There's a lot of little things, like little visual things as well, that they've kind of changed. But it looks like one of the main things is they've done stuff with the bosses as well. I didn't really find the bosses that difficult. It's more the enemies that spawn if you are fighting a boss. It's sort of like sometimes it can be a little bit frustrating then, but it's not like impossible. It's not hard. So I think it's just made them a little bit easier. It doesn't really kind of give you too much detail with it. It just says rebalanced the fight, for certain ones. So you don't really always sort of know. And then it kind of ends with them talking about they're working hard on the update for the co-op stuff. So I'll leave the link in the description so you can check it out.